Good morning and welcome to Zen Fits here in Blackstone, Virginia, the center of the world. But then you too are at the center of the world. So here we are, the 2nd of January 2021. We're finally out of the catch-22 of 2020. 2022s. Well, I see catch-22 everywhere, and 2020 was a catch-22. So now we're moving on. And what we need is a bottle of Goo Gone. You see, this is opposite. It spells Goo Gone. I'm on a mirror, so all I'm doing is talking to myself here. Anyway, we need a bottle of Goo Gone to get rid of the labels. This stuff gets rid of the remove sticky, gummy, gooey problems. Now, when a monk asked the Zen master, I forgot which one, what is the way? He said, everyday mind is the way. Well, what's everyday mind? You think, well, it's everyday mind. Well, no, everyday mind is you. You are everyday mind. See, it's not like something is everyday mind. There is no something. You are everyday mind. And what is everyday mind but the world you are in? What world are you in right now? Some office somewhere? In a car? At home? On a computer? In an office? In a bedroom? In a living room? Wherever you are is everyday mind. So if you want to get the way, if you want to get the way means the transcendent way. In other words, the question is, how do you transcend everyday mind? Because everyday mind is where we are. Oh, I got to turn this over. Everyday mind is where we are, you see? But we want to get out. We want to get, what is the way to get out of this boring, depressing, stuck everyday mind? Well, the master says, everyday mind is the way. What the fuck? You mean I wait years to see this master. I got this problem. I'm stuck, you see. What is the way to get unstuck? And he says, everyday mind is the way. That's my problem. See, he could have said, you need a bottle of Goo Gone. You see? Wouldn't you laugh? Wouldn't you? What the fuck? You say, what is he talking about? You need a bottle of Goo Gone. So what is Goo Gone? So we need to look, this is what we meditate. This is what I do. All of this here is full of little odds and ends, things I collect, I'll do a meditation on a mousetrap. I do a meditation on a round to it. You want a round to it? Here's a round to it. It says to it. So I got all these little things. Life is a crap game. This is a prop show. So it's all things floating around in everyday mind. In my house, discoveries, little things picked up, you see. And so I use them to get out of everyday mind. But I don't want to get out of everyday mind. You can't get out of everyday mind. Everyday mind is everyday mind. Where can you go that everyday mind isn't? Everyday mind is it. Go to California, you're in everyday mind. Go to Brazil, go to China, go to Switzerland. When you get there, everyday mind. You can't get out of everyday mind. So the problem is trying to get out of it. Well, we try to get out of it because we label it unsatisfactory. My everyday mind, which is what it's not like everyday mind is something. Every situation is everyday mind. You see, there is no everyday mind. That's just a word in your head. What's everyday mind is the situation you're in right now. Or let's say, so every situation mind. Okay? Every situation, mind, and every situation is this situation. Where can you go that this situation is not? Go in the kitchen, you're in a different situation. Go in the living room, that's a situation. Where you are is a situation. You think they're separate situations. You think, well, this situation is different from if I go to a movie situation. Or if I go watch TV, that's a different situation than this one. And if I'm bored with this situation, I'll go find a situation that's not boring. But it's the same situation. We're all in this situation. The one you're in is the only situation possible. So it's a moving situation. You just take your situation with you. But the illusion is, oh, it's different. The next situation will be better than this. The situation in the future will be better than this situation. Anything will be better than this situation. I want to get out of it. So I go to the master. How do I get out of this situation? He said, with this situation. What? So you need a little Goo Gone. Okay? Why? Well, the mind. You need to understand the mind. Modern science, modern wisdom, modern knowledge is very good at understanding the external world. The West is masters of that. We have gone to infinity. We have conquered the external world. We can make anything out of anything. Plastics. We can fix anything with our technology. Now, we believe that. But what we can't fix, what we don't understand, what we have not investigated, is how my mind works. Not mine, that's psychology. Humanity's mind. No, your mind. How do I understand how my mind works? How my situation works? That's what I'm interested in, but we're not interested in that. We look external. How do I fix mind? How do I fix humanity? How do I fix the world? How do I fix the situation? How do I fix something that is external to me, but I don't try to understand who I am, how my mind works. Now the mind, your mind, my mind is a labeling machine. You know, I worked at one time, way in my past, I've had many jobs. One of them was doing inventory at night in some store. You know, when it was closed, they do inventory. Or you go around with a labeling machine and put new labels. It was all mechanical. You had a labeling machine, you put the label on the product. You see. So perception, your perception, labels everything. So you look at this situation, you label it unsatisfactory. Now you want to get out. So you label an idea of being at the zoo. Oh, we can go to the zoo. That's fun. That's satisfactory. But the labeling is labeling the future as being better than now, which you've labeled unsatisfactory. You need a little Goo Gone. If you put a little Goo Gone on it, the label comes off, and guess what? The situation is satisfactory because there is no other situation possible. There is no other everyday mind than this situation. When you see that, you no longer resist it because there's no sense that you can't resist what can't be removed. That's why Buddha said, all life is suffering, all life is dissatisfaction, all life is loss. So we don't see the irony in that. The irony is that if everything, including me, is suffering, then there is no sense in trying to get out of it, to label something else better. Everything I label is going to be dissatisfactory. Everything, future, past, now, that I label with this machine of the mind is going to be lacking. It's going to be a label, you see. But what is the bottle beneath the label? Well, this situation. So I label this situation good or bad. I label things good or bad. I can label, everything is labeled in here, everything. Everything is a label. Or what is this? You see, well, it's a mousetrap. That's a label. It's a mousetrap. That's a label. You see, but MacGyver, he can use this for anything. He relabels it. Remember that movie? He gets out of a fix with a bottle of Goo Gone. If you're in a fix in a situation, you're stuck in it because everything is labeled. Well, you can't use this for anything other than a mousetrap. If you see a turd, it's labeled a turd. You can't use that turd. In other words, if you're stuck in a glacier and the only thing you have is a long, sharp, frozen turd, it's labeled a turd. Oh, I can't touch that. It's labeled a turd. Ooh, it's a shit stick. But if you have some Goo Gone, you take the label off, and it's a pick. And you take the turd and you pick your way out of the glacier, and you're free of the situation, right? And then you put the tool down. You see, a little bottle of Goo Gone will get you out of the fix because you're fixed because of your labeling. So, that's a very simple resolution, and that's Buddhism, basically. When all things are suffering, it's because all things are labeled suffering. You see, where can you go that it's not a label, and a label is not the bottle? The label is not the product, but we eat the menu is not the meal. But the menu looks delicious. Oh my God, then we get it. Oh, this needs a little something. This isn't as good as the picture. I should have eaten the menu. Thanks for dropping in.